Well, this morning we're talking about yet another strong summer storm in Memphis. Last night we have still about more than 88,000 MLGW customers without power. Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland joins us live this morning, and your power's on.
Yes.
My power's on. Brittany's power's off, and so many other people. Before we get into the outages and MLGW, we need to address a tragedy. Overnight, a Memphis firefighter was killed in the line of duty. 3 other firefighters are hospitalized after they were fighting a fire at a house and a room collapsed, apparently. I know you got the news as soon as you woke up this morning.
It's so sad. I hope everyone is praying for this family and for the Memphis firefighter family. I've never been around a profession that is so tight-knit like firefighters are, and I can guarantee you they are hurting today. And it's just a reminder that we get too often that these men and women put their lives in danger every single day. They show their bravery and their sacrifice and their courage, and we need to be appreciative, but really focus now on this family, and then 3 other firefighters who are still in the hospital.
It's terrible news, and it's been a long time, Mayor, since we've had a firefighter killed while fighting a fire. I know we've had some dying crashes and such, and that seems to make it even worse. Doing what they love to do and what they chose to do. It is such a dangerous profession.
You know, I say this at some of their graduations, that they are rushing into buildings that we all are rushing out of, and they do it to serve others. I mean, they really do. They could make more money elsewhere, probably, and it's just so tragic and sad. And I really do hope people lift firefighters up in this family.
Mm-hmm. I think people will maybe pay a little more attention to the danger, especially when we see the kind of footage that we got last night as that fire raged through the house. So, Mayor, we're going to switch gears a little bit. Right now, we still have about more than 88,000 MLGW customers in the dark. This is at least the 3rd time in 4 weeks we've had tens of thousands of customers. The CEO says things are going to get better, but we've been battered. So let's go over some numbers. June 25th, 75 mile per hour gust, 121,000 outages. July 2nd, 70 mile per hour gust, a supercell, 35,000 outages. The winds last night were not as strong, 62 miles per hour, yet 138,000 customers in the dark at the height of this. What's happening here?
Well, a couple things, I think. First of all, it's unusual strong storms. I don't think we normally have those kind of strength of storms. And secondly, we have above ground utilities and an aging infrastructure. And we can take care of some of that. This is the one point I want to make. Well, first of all, they're working really hard to get these folks back online. We're bringing people from out of town. They're working 24 hours a day to get folks back online. But the longer term issue, why does it keep happening? Well, I can't control the unusual storms, but we do have a plan. It is fully funded to strengthen the system, and it's going to take 3 to 4 years. We had a committee last year. Y'all covered the committee. We had
the 5-year plan.
We had citizens and experts on that, and now it is fully funded with local money and federal grant money. We have 3 to 4 years left. A lot of it is tree trimming, and it's strengthening the actual infrastructure. Unfortunately, it will take time. I wish it was like a drive-through restaurant and we could get service done in 10 minutes, but it is going to take time. But even when we do that, if a huge tree falls on a power line or a pole, which we saw a lot of yesterday, that's not going to be fixed by this. So that's just, Mother Nature. And the only way to help that is to bury the lines, and to bury a city as the size of 300 square miles large, it costs $2 to $3 or $4 billion.
So that plan does not include burying the lines?
Not some lines. In strategic places, but not overall. To really, I mean, the best case would be bury lines all throughout our whole city, and I wish they had started that 50 years ago. When the city was growing and you could do it, but it's so cost prohibitive. You could sell MLGW to a private buyer and get $1.5 billion. That and put all the money there you'd still probably have another $1.5 billion to go.
Is it time to sell MLGW?
No, I don't think so. And I don't
talked
think,
about.
Yeah, it's been talked about for a long time. But the big point I want people to know is there is a plan. It's fully funded, and it's going to take 3 to 4 more years.
Yeah. What happened with the last administration, J.T. Young? Is that where we kind of fell behind?
Well, it's been, Doug McGowan showed a chart the other day on tree trimming. It's been decades. Hurricane Elvis, the ice storm in '94. We have all these events, and we as a community never said, what can we do to really end this cycle? Well, we put together a committee last year with J.T. Young, and Doug McGowan co-chaired it, came up with a plan, and we're implementing it now. And it's no solace for the people without power right now, but in 3 to 4 years, the number of outages will greatly reduce.
Yeah, the trees that are so beautiful. Memphis used to be a tree city, also cause so much damage.
Yes.
How extensive, real quickly, how extensive is the tree trimming? Are you actually going to take a lot of trees down?
No, I mean, we don't have the authority to take them down, but you cut them away from the lines. It's like 4 feet or so away from the lines. And again, that's only going to get branches from falling on lines. If a whole tree falls on a line, that's a whole different thing. And there was a lot of that yesterday. Trees on roads, pulling down power lines. It was devastating.
Still a problem right now too this morning. Mayor, thank you for joining us this morning.